morning students. Today we are going to discuss the next topic of chapter 2, that is unemployment. What do you mean by the unemployment? According to you, what do you mean by the unemployment? Who is not working? That person is known as the unemployed. All of you know, but in economics language, what is the meaning of unemployment? Unemployment means the people who are able to work, who are willing to work but not get job at an existing rate. That kind of person is known as unemployed person, and that situation is known as unemployment. It means who are able to work, who are willing to work but not getting job at all. That person will be treated as unemployed, and this situation is known as unemployment. Suppose all of you know, suppose there is a person who is able to work, who is willing to work, but he is not getting job. So that person is known as an unemployed person, and that situation is known as a unemployment. Clear? Suppose I want to do job, I am able to job, but I am not finding any job anywhere. That situation is known as a unemployed. It means I will be treated as a unemployed, and the situation is known as a unemployment situation. But suppose I am able to work, I am getting job also with a higher salary, but I don't want to do job, not willing to work. I don't want to do work outside. So, in that condition, I will not be treated as unemployed. Why? Because it's my wish. I don't want to do the job. In that condition, I will not be treated as unemployed. When I will be treated as unemployed? When I am able to work, I am willing to work, but I am not getting job. That in that condition, I will be treated as unemployed. Clear? Now, there are types of unemployment. There are two types of unemployment: rural unemployment and urban unemployment. Rural unemployment, again, it's classified in two ways: disguised unemployment and seasonal unemployment. And urban unemployment, again, it is also classified in two ways: structured unemployment and educated unemployment. Structured unemployment is not a part of your syllabus. Only we are going to discuss one by one: disguised unemployment, seasonal unemployment and educated unemployment. Clear? Now, first of all, we are going to discuss disguised unemployment. First of all, you just note it down. Then we are going to discuss disguised unemployment. Next, disguised unemployment. Disguised unemployment, it is a situation when number of workers employed higher than required workers. In that condition, if these extra workers remove from their production, remove from their field, it will not affect on production. Suppose, I am just giving you very easy example. Suppose there is a field where how many workers are required? Max to max, how many workers can do the work? 8 workers. But due to the family, due to the other, they here 12 workers are working. How many workers are working? 12 workers. And maximum, how many workers can do the work? 8 workers. These 8 workers can do the production by maximum utilize of this field. Suppose they are producing 10,000 ton of production. Clear? In that condition, actually it's required, this field required 8 workers, and through 8 workers that field capability to produce how many wheat? That is 10,000 ton. Now, if there are 12 workers are working. If 12 workers are working, but actually required that is 8. How many extra are working? You can see very easily extra working, 12 working, and it required how many extra workers are there? That is 4. If these extra workers remove from this field who are extra working, it means plus 4 who are working, it will not affect on production. If they are here, still the production remains same. If we are going to remove this 4 workers, then also the production remains same. It will not affect. So this kind of unemployment is known as disguised unemployment. It means कि when the people who are working that are more than actually required, that kind of unemployment is known as disguised unemployment. You can see very easily from this diagram that there is a field. How much workers are required? 8 workers. But here how many workers are working? 12 workers. It means how many extra workers are there? 4 workers. If these 12 workers are working, then also the production will be 10,000. If these 8 workers are working, then also the production will be 10,000. So it will not affect on the production if they are working, if they are not working, because the maximum limit of the field is 10,000 ton. Clear? So if these extra workers remove from the field, it will not affect on the production. So this kind of unemployment is known as disguised unemployment. It is a situation where number of workers working much more than actually required. If these extra workers remove from their job, production will not affect. Clear? This kind of unemployment is known as disguised unemployment. Next, that is seasonal unemployment. All of you know in rural areas, farmers, most of the our population depends on farming. So farmers who are producing one crop in a year. So for one crops it required max to max 5 to 7 months, because it's a seasonal, it's depend on the season only. So due to this reason they are producing, if they are producing one crop in a year, so they are working only 5 to 7 months in that season only. Remaining month they are unemployed. So this kind of unemployment is known as seasonal unemployment. Clear? During off season, farmers are out of the jobs. It is estimated that the farmers who grow one crop in a year, they are producing one crop within 5 months or 7 months. If it is a 7-month cropping, then 7 months they are working. Remaining month, 5 months they remain unworked. So that kind of situation is known as a seasonal unemployment. If it is a season, that time they are employed. If it is not season, that time they will be unemployed. That kind of unemployment is known as a seasonal unemployment. Just note that down. I am going to explain you next, that is educated unemployment. Just note it down. Next next is educated unemployment. Educated unemployment means education in India is, all of you know, that is not job oriented. It is only degree oriented. It means we are giving you only the vocational knowledge. We are not giving you the practical knowledge. So we are just giving you the degrees. So there in India, in urban areas, there are so many educated person who are having higher degrees. They are degree holders, but still they are having a higher degree. They are not able to find the jobs. So this kind of unemployment is known as educated unemployment. It means they are educated, despite of so many degrees, they are not able to employ themselves. They are not able to find the jobs. That kind of unemployment is known as educated unemployment. It is a very common situation in urban areas where people are getting so many education, so many degrees, but still they are not able to find the jobs. This kind of unemployment is known as educated unemployment. Now, according to you, what are the drawbacks of unemployment? All of you know, through unemployment, the people are not able to earn income. So, sometimes, which kind of situation arise? They are not able to fulfill their basic needs due to the unemployment. So, they are facing the which kind of problem? Poverty. Clear? Second, wastage of manpower. Our population, so many population is still 24.9% of Indian population is not working. They are residing below poverty line. What is the meaning of that? It means in India, there are so many population who are educated, who are capable, who wants to do work, who are able to work, who are willing to work, but they are not able to find any kind of job, any kind of work. So because of this reason, which kind of problem arises? Wastage of manpower in India. This wastage of manpower, who are not working, who are sitting idle without doing anything, they are facing a problem of social unrest because they are adopting wrong activities in the society which harmful for the society and which create an imbalance in the society, which create unrest in the society. These people who are not able to find the jobs, and the same people for the country that will be treated as a liabilities because they are not able to find any kind of job, they are not able to earn any kind of income, and even they are not contributing any process of production activities in the country. So due to this reason, these people are increase the liability of a country. So if a country wants to achieve growth and development, if a country wants to achieve GDP, if a country wants to really, it means wants to achieve growth and development of the country, economy, government has to decrease the unemployment rate. These liabilities, these population who are liability, that should be converted into the assets by providing them jobs, education, health, so that they are increasing the growth and development of the country. Clear? Now, till now we have ended the chapter. I will upload the questions and answers also. Just take a notes and note it down in your copy.